What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite, and man, are we having a busy Generation Zero day today. So, announced kind of quietly over on the forums, we got a brand new survey for Generation Zero. And as you guys know, the surveys for Generation Zero massively impact the future of this game. Not only have we seen huge features brought to the game, like crafting, base building, like now we're seeing the dirt bikes and New Game Plus and stuff like that. But it also shapes the kind of background of Generation Zero too, and gives the team a lot of ideas for future updates that they could bring towards us. So today we're going to fill out this survey. It will be linked in the description down below, so if you want to fill it out at the same time, please do so. But yeah, just before we get into this video as well, if you're enjoying the GZ content, please don't forget to leave a like. It goes a huge way in helping out the channel. And by forums, I meant Discord, but I learned about it over on the forums, so shoutouts to Jizbert over there. But the survey reads here, thanks for playing Generation Zero. We are always thinking about the next steps for Generation Zero, and would love to get your feedback on what is important to you about the game. When you think about Generation Zero as an experience, what are the things that are most important to you? Imagine a game sequel or a movie/TV series based on GZ. What would you want and expect from that? This survey will take around 4 minutes to complete. Click next when you're ready to begin. And dudes, I mean, like, I've made videos on this stuff. I would love to see both of these. Man, I would absolutely, if there was a movie or a TV series or something like that, heck, I would try to be a bit guy in the background or something. That would be, man, I would love to see either a game sequel or a movie or a TV series, anything, man. Okay, but let's get into this actual survey here. So, for narrative and setting, how important or unimportant are the following for a true Generation Zero experience? Please rate each item on how important it is to the Generation Zero experience. Alright, cool. The experience is set in Sweden. Incredibly important. That is the whole deal. In the 1980s, I would actually say unimportant at this point because it's the 90s at this point. The experience is set during late fall, early winter. Again, unimportant, because if you think about the flow of time, we're actually getting closer to spring, and I mean, if this means we could see that, that would be amazing. Main antagonists are machines. That's so hard to say, because I really enjoy the plot we're going down with Bolshevik. It works either way. Player protags are young adults. I would say that that's unimportant to me, at least personally. I wouldn't mind being able to choose an adult. That would be cool. The experience is set during apocalyptic events, as opposed to post-apocalyptic. I would say that that's important. The fact that Generation Zero is an apocalypse kind of makes it a bit unique. The experience is set in ordinary real-world locations with real-world weapons and equipment being used. Oh man, that's hard to say because Generation Zero is going down like a really different path over the past couple of years. I'm gonna say works either way for me personally, because I really enjoy the sci-fi side of GZ. Okay, so next up for game mechanics, and I filled this one out beforehand so that I don't yammer too much. So for cooperatively playing with others in multiplayer, it's unimportant to me because I am a pretty much strictly solo player, and a lot of times multiplayer can cause issues in the game too, so that kind of makes it slightly less important to me. Then it's possible to play alone in single player, very important as a solo player. The game is first person view, very important to me. I get better equipment from looting and scavenging the environment, as well as defeating increasingly difficult enemies. Both of those are very important to the game flow, I think. There are skills to unlock that allow me to specialize in certain types of gameplay, very important. There is some kind of crafting mechanic. Again, very important. I very much feel like in an apocalypse, alongside scavenging the environment, making use of the environment through crafting is a very important feature. I could build and maintain a base or other structures, very important to me. Maybe not so much to everyone else, but very much important to me. I could attack enemy bases. That's become very important, and I see so much potential role in the Phoenix Base assaults. And then there's missions to complete, very important. There's a story to follow in advance, very important. There are NPCs in the game to interact with. I only put important for this one. I would like to see them, but I wouldn't like to see them to the fault of the game in any way, shape, or form. So I just put down important for that one. And then I can customize my character, very important. So now for player fantasies. This one's interesting. So how important or unimportant are the following? The players are guerrilla fighters outnumbered and fighting against the odds. Very important. Players use stealth, planning, traps, and tactics to overcome the enemy. Again, very important. Players wage a war against the machines in intense battles and skirmishes. Very important. I feel like the duality of stealth, planning, traps, and tactics alongside intense battles and skirmishes is what really makes Generation Zero's combat system. There are unique named high-level enemies, like rivals, that could be targeted for high-quality rewards. I'd only put important for that, maybe not very important. The world is atmospheric and ominous, and navigating it is perilous. Incredibly important. Is there an extra option? And then lastly, there's a mystery to unravel to the world and what has happened. I'm going to put very important in regards to Generation Zero 1. As a sequel, maybe not so much. As a TV series, absolutely. So Generation Zero as a live service. The first one is the world being continually updated, and I feel like this is very important to the game. There are thousands and thousands of players that just wait for the updates and tune in at the updates because it gives them something new and something fresh to enjoy in Generation Zero, and that ebb and flow is a very important thing, I think. There are rotating daily and or weekly tasks that I could perform, which, man, weeklies would be amazing, dude, but dailies, dude, I've been doing streams on them for the past 2 weeks. They are fantastic, they are very important, and I would love to see them excel and exceed. And then lastly, the game is continually updated with new content features based to a large extent on the wishes of the community, and this is like the objective of systemic reaction. So I think that it is, again, if there was an extra option, I would say incredibly important to, again, have the melting pot that is the development team's abilities and creativity alongside the community's wishes, hopes, and dreams. Man, this next one just got really spicy. Possible new features. Let's freaking go, dude. Okay, I have to contain myself. Jeez. Alright, so there are opportunities where other human players could be a threat and you're able to fight them. Like PvP? Oh, that's hard to say. Like, do they mean human, like human us? Is there any other questions? Like, if they mean PvP, I don't really think so. If they mean just NPC human enemies, like, say, the exosuit guys, I think that it works really, really well, personally. So I'm gonna put in works either way just on that premise, not works either way if it's like PvP, because personally I don't think that straightforward open world PvP would be good in Generation Zero. Oh, jeez. Holy hell. Hit me with a spicy question right off the bat. Alright, so anyway, there are opportunities to use cars and other vehicles to move around the world, and I think that this works very well. I think that Generation Zero's world is big enough. The excitement that I have for dirt bikes, I wouldn't mind. Hey man, a freaking STRV, drivable tank when? Next up, there are opportunities to change aspects of the playable world based on actions by the player community as a whole. That is exciting. That would be awesome, man. That would be really, really cool if, like, we had, like, just thinking of, like, Second Extinction, the sister game to Generation Zero. If we had, like, a war effort type thing, and we had, like, the three sides, we had the Resistance, Phoenix, as well as the Soviets, that would be really, really cool. The player community could wage a joint war against other factions over a season of time with moving front lines and territory control. I don't know if the team's giving us a hint here or something, but I think the team's giving us a hint here or something. I'm going to say very well indeed to that one. And to the next two as well. So there are survival mechanics beyond combat survival, such as hunger and thirst. And this is something that I super agree with, man. We were talking about it today in the new game modes video. I think that a survival mode would be amazing in Generation Zero. And we might even, you know what, man, I'll make a little video on it. I think I'm feeling pretty inspired towards that. But then, lastly, there are ways for me to create content for the game that the entire community may use. And I'm going to say very well, because there are so many ways this could be approached. One of the things that I've always wanted to see is the Steam Workshop, or just like mod support of some sort for Generation Zero. I think that would be a lot of fun for people to have fun with. So I'm going to say very well on that last one as well. Though you never know, the team could totally pull a curveball with this one and do something kind of like Far Cry 5's map editor, where you can make like custom maps of machines and stuff like that, and that would be really, really cool, man. So we're closing off with our usual stay golden pony boy, but I'm just gonna add an extra aside here. Man, this shit is cool. I really, really love the surveys that Generation Zero puts out. I love the way they shape the future of the game. And I can't wait to see how this one's going to impact the future of Generation Zero, man. If we get like an ongoing war to take part in here in the game, that's a direction I never thought we would see coming. And it's honestly, it's got a lot of potential. Man, what a crazy survey! So, the future for Generation Zero is just bright as heck, it seems. From changing seasons, to drivable vehicles, to human enemies, or maybe even PvP, who knows how that would go. Oh man, just so many other crazy, crazy things. I want to know all of your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. Do you agree with me on some things? Do you disagree with me on some things? I want to know it all. But please, again, go off, fill out the survey. It's in the description below, and if you already have, thank you very much. You are playing a huge role in the future of Generation Zero. But for now, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.